Dipo Ajayi, Head of Fixed Income and FX at Chapel Hill Denham, joins me to discuss what is leading this decline. Dipo, thank you for joining us today. We saw the Naira hitting a 3.5-year low, and of course, looking at the parallel market, Naira continues to move there. Also, last time we looked somewhere around 502 to the greenback. Talk to us about this movement. We know that the CBN is trying to, harmonize this rate, NAFEX at somewhere around 4.11 to the dollar. But just help us put this all in perspective.
Thank you very much, Esther, for having me on today. The current scenario in the FX market, I think is a very sad one because that's what we get when we wait this long to actually take decisions. And what we are seeing currently is the premium. Because imagine we have taken these steps as at when it was trading around 430 in the parallel market, by now we would have gone past that. And what's currently happening in the parallel market is unexpected because what people are actually doing currently is that a lot of people are speculating on Naira. So a lot of people don't have confidence in holding Naira anymore. So each time you hear this word that, oh, the CBN has devalued the currency, a lot of people rush to the parallel market to quickly stock up the dollar. And I think the CBN waited too long to take this decision, and that's why we are seeing the market showing that premium. And I've said severally before now that there are still a lot of things that we need to do to actually create liquidity in the market. And I still don't believe in CBN selling money directly to BDC. As for me, I feel that such liquidity should be channeled to the higher in windows where you can actually see liquidity. And recently we saw what CBN said concerning provision of dollar liquidity to people that actually need it. There are people that actually want to travel, people that actually want to pay for school fees. I feel the best way for the CBN to go about this thing is to sell this fund directly to banks. And it's easier for them to hold bank liable rather than holding BDC operators.
So, I mean, where does this leave the Naira in the short to medium term, particularly at the parallel market? Are we going to continue to see it weaken? I was just looking at the pound sterling, and it's just incredible where the pound sterling is at the moment. But of course, we're focusing on the dollar.
I think in the short term, we'll still continue to see this volatility. Sincerely speaking, the decision of the last decision of CBN is one of the best decisions they've taken in the recent past to actually find a way to harmonize rates. And the next thing they need to do is harmonize the three remaining rates into one and create liquidity in their markets and create a market where people have confidence that when you want to buy, you can buy. When you want to sell, you can sell. And I think that is the only way to actually salvage the current situation. But I think in the short term, we'll continue to see this volatility until when CBNs are able to actually harmonize the remaining three windows and create liquidity in the market. As we speak, the CBN is claiming that they have the capacity, and I feel that the capacity will likely increase when CBN is able to actually access funds from international financial institutions like World Bank, or after they've gone to the international market to raise the Eurobond. That will create more dollar flows for the CBN and also help them to actually meet the outstandings backlogs.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll continue to watch this as it develops. Let's move over now to the Treasury bills market. We did see the market opening on a quiet note this week. Well, this week, today is Tuesday, and I understand there's a primary market auction tomorrow, Wednesday. Talk to us about expectations around subscription levels and rates.
I think tomorrow's auction level is going to be it's going to be highly oversubscribed, and coupled with the fact that my own expectation is that the rate will actually close flat from where it actually closed in the last auction, or we see rates drop marginally from what we saw in the last auction. One of the reasons why I'm of the opinion that rate might actually drop marginally was because it's actually because a lot of people lost out in the last auction. So people might not want to gamble this time around. People might actually want to take a little haircut from where they feel that the rate will actually stop. So for us, we think it's going to be oversubscribed, and the rate will either close flat from the last auction or close marginally lower than where it closed in the last auction.
Okay, quickly now, your outlook for the bond market? We're still seeing a benchmark yield at around between 12.9% and 13%. What's your outlook for the week on rates?
Yeah, for this week, the market will still continue to trade carefully, and we saw where market closed last week. Last week was more of a bullish market trend, and that's premised on the short squeeze we saw in the bond market. But for this week, we've been seeing yield inching up a bit. Buyers are in the market, but they are ready to buy at a very high level. Oh, people are already even bidding around 14% in the market for today. So we think that for the week, the yield will actually close higher than where it opened for at the beginning of the week.
Okay, now, Dipo, I wanted us to quickly take this story from NNPC saying that it's in talks with investors to borrow money for its 20% stake in the Dangote refinery. Now, it has said that it cannot discuss the equity stake and funding sources for now. But what options do you think the NNPC has at best?
Well, to me, the decision is actually a very good one for them because looking at Dangote refinery as an investment is a laudable investment, and everybody wants to be party to it. So for NNPC thinking of actually investing like 20% stake in that company is actually a very reasonable one. And one of the reasons why I support like a 20% investment is because 20% investment also just give you an investee privilege. You are not a significant holder, so you cannot make decisions, like great decisions in such establishment. So that's why I feel that, that means that the government will not be able to intrude in the running of the business. But on the part of NNPC, I think there's a lot of opportunities for them to raise such funds. The rumor is in the market that they are approaching international financial organizations to actually find a way to actually raise such funds. So it's a very good investment on their part. And I think it's something that they should embrace.
Thank you very much, Dipo. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for your time today. Dipo Ajayi, Head of Fixed Income and FX at Chapel Hill Denham.